let's do another flower haul. This week I'm doing a fun arrangement for a brand that is working with the Colony Hotel in Palm Springs. We're going tropical, very excited about that. Let's start with the most fun. This is a nerine lily. It's so beautiful and fluttery. This is a tropical flower. This flower is actually native to South Africa, so you don't see it that often. You can see that it just kind of bounces and has this really shiny, fluttery appearance. And it's got a nice, thick, tall stem. For designing tropical flowers, it's amazing. In designing, I think it's so pretty just to keep them bunched together for like one big look. Or you can very carefully separate them. I also sometimes will place them at the very end of the design as kind of like a little accent detail that floats and flutters. So it's like a traditional lily. It still has pollen, a stamen. I'm gonna pull off anything that doesn't look beautiful very gently. And so yeah, you can remove these if you're worried about stains or people's allergies, but they're so light in color. They're not the dark reddish brown color of a traditional lily. So I might just leave them. I don't think they're that bad. You could go either way with these. I had to fight for these at the flower market. You don't see them very often. And when they do get some in, it's not like a huge quantity, or at least at my local floral wholesaler. I had my beautiful selection on my cart and Matt was helping me. This woman was trying to get her rep to come steal it from my cart. Not nice. Or maybe she didn't realize. Maybe she didn't know how the flower market works, that if the flowers are on someone's cart, they've already been pulled. But yeah, so she was trying to convince them to take them because I had the only bunch left. And Matt was like, no, 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 no. But then she was so convincing. No, she totally knew what she was doing. She was telling Matt, she was like, you know, these are really expensive, right? Are you sure you want to get them? They're super expensive. And they are. I think they're like $37. Yeah, for 10 stems. Over $3 a stem. That's expensive. But anyway, she almost had Matt convinced to come ask me. But then he was like, no, Kyla always likes to get one special bloom. And I'm pretty sure this is it. And I almost felt bad. I was like, maybe I should give them to her. But no, it was just too perfect for this arrangement. I could not let it go because I have this beautiful ginger jar with these and this and those. And letting them go this time. Sorry. Speaking of expensive flowers, anthurium. People love or hate these. If you live in a tropical climate and you can go just snip these, like how lucky are you? Because I am on the East Coast and I'm paying $11 a stem wholesale for these. So yeah, I only got a couple of these, but they're so pretty and they make such a statement in arrangements. I mean, I love them in tropical arrangements, but you can also use them in more like modern garden style arrangements. I see a lot of people in Australia doing that. It's so beautiful. You don't have to do much to these. Don't want to handle them a lot. You don't want to put them in your refrigerator or anything because they can get too cold and they will brown and darken. We want to do minimal handling of these, and I'm just going to take a damp cloth and I'm going to gently clean it off. Remove any dirt, and that will also help it have that nice shine. And one of the best parts of using tropical flowers is they last so much longer. These can last like 3 weeks if you take care of them. And at the end of a design, I like to spray them to make sure they're nice and shiny, which is also funny because so many times people will think that these are fake when they're real and bruise them easily. So yeah, if someone comes over, don't touch. These are real, they're not fake. Next, we have these beautiful leaves. I mean, so tropical. I love it. I really wish I lived somewhere tropical and I could use these all the time. Same with the other one. I'm just gonna give it a nice little wipe down, remove any dirt, and give that nice pretty shine. There's not much you have to do with these, fresh cut. I like to put them in like lukewarm water when I get home. If I lived somewhere tropical, I would be cutting these all the time and just constantly have them in my house because I love them. You can use them for high-end structure, or you can use them in more creative ways. You can bend them. You can put this in a bouquet. Some people will line a vase with it. I just want to keep it nice and long for this arrangement. Next, I have more leaves, monstera. These come in so many different sizes. Matt was so mad at me because I had like one that was giant, huge, and I don't have the vase for it. So this is the size of my vase. I never want to go with any kind of bloom or leaf that's too much larger than the actual size of the vase. That's kind of like when I'm picking out flowers, that's what I'm thinking of when it's something big and wide like this. I think this one will work really nicely in accent detail. You have to buy them in a bunch, a full bunch. 10 stems for like almost $10. That's not bad, $1 a stem. For prepping these, you can either soak them in water or again, we're just gonna clean them off. Keep it simple. Let's move on to flowers that aren't tropical, but still look nice in tropical style arrangements. This beautiful bloom is a lisianthus. It looks like a rose, but then it has these like nice, delicate, long, and sturdy stems and leaves. So pretty. I'm just removing anything that's at the baseline. I want these for height, so I'm not gonna remove much. Really just gonna give them a fresh cut. Here's a nice, beautiful rose with it, and I just think it layers really nicely. And then if we add a tropical touch, it's just like romance in the tropics. I really, really want to move somewhere tropical. Yeah, they like water. Make sure you hydrate them for a few hours whenever you get them home before you design with them. These are long-stemmed calla lilies. So pretty. Look at that leaf. A little floppy, but we'll see. For a while, people really hated them. They thought they looked really dated. With the 90s making a comeback, I've been seeing them in so many more flower arrangements these past couple of years. So pretty, so delicate. I really don't want to mess with it much because it will bruise very easily. The biggest pain when working with these long stem calla lilies is obviously the shape. So you can just lean into whatever shape that they're naturally going in, but you can massage them to try to manipulate their shape a little bit. When you're prepping them, what you want to make sure to do, make sure they're hydrated, and then put them in as tall of a base as you have, because they're just gonna keep bending over and over again. You can do like a few sculptural pieces or you can group them. I think they look really pretty grouped together. These are Secret Garden roses. They're my favorite pink roses. They just open so pretty. I mean, this is just me cutting them and letting them open for a couple of hours. And look at that. That is just stunning. No reflexing. And I think the color is so nice. Look at that. And then to support the look of these Secret Garden roses, I got these Blushing Angel spray roses. I think that the color complements very nicely, and also the texture. Just opening them up very gently. Pull back some of the limbs that don't look as nice. Oh, that works much better. Look at that. Pair these together, and that is just so pretty. That's it for today. Thank you for watching. Let me know if you have any questions.